where they tell them like how to start this.
Oh, and then you get.
Hello.
Welcome.
Should we all look here? Or?
Yeah, I think we should all look there. I'm Hattie.
I'm Sarah.
I don't care.
You never care.
That's Gabe.
Whatever.
Well, this is our very first podcast, so thank you for tuning in. We're going to be talking about, a few different topics from all three of us.
This was Sarah's idea.
Really? I thought it was Gabe's idea.
Was it?
I was just dragged into this.
Okay, maybe it was my idea. It was like a fleeting thought that actually came true.
I think we should let the people know how this all started. I was just here.
You just happened to be here.
I just happened to be here.
And honestly, I think we were talking about this for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, we talked about this, I think, or something like this many years ago, before podcasts, before social media, and especially before Yelp. So we're trying to make this come true later in the game.
It's true now.
Yeah.
It's really random. We don't even have anything structured.
Yeah.
So we just wrote down a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I guess we don't want to be just pigeonholed into one.
Into a category.
Thing, and plus, all of us we're into many different.
Which is why we decided to call it a little bit about everything.
Exactly.
So I think we could talk about ourselves.
I don't know. I'm just gonna
live about myself.
Live stream right now on Instagram. Yo, what's up, guys?
No, but yeah, we did write down a bunch of things, and each of us is like weird and different in different ways.
We're all
particular
quirky
ways.
with our different walks of life and a lot of experiences that all three of us have experienced, and we want to share.
Yeah.
So why not?
And it's a little bit about everything because we're just we're your average Joes just having average conversations, and we don't know everything. We will be talking about our personal experiences, I believe.
Yes, definitely.
And we're just gonna have fun. Probably involve viewers if they start watching.
Exactly. We have some ideas to involve viewers, like meme of the week.
Exactly.
Or people who find us to be like losers trying too hard.
Hater of the week.
Exactly.
Yes.
So bring on the haters.
So
you can be famous.
The point of this whole podcast is to just.
I don't like haters.
Well, for me,
I
love haters.
Alright, bitter bitch.
But yeah, we're trying to. Well, I don't know about these guys, but I'm trying to get them views. You know what I'm saying? Get that YouTube money. 75% true. But yeah, what do you guys want to? How about we talk? Yeah, we'll start with Gabe.
What?
I don't know. Talk about yourself. What do you do?
Yeah.
What is your purpose?
Hobbies.
That was kind of a sudden question. That's why I'm just like, I don't know.
Okay, so should we do Q&A? She asks a question and then we just do the same thing for everybody.
Yeah, we could just cut all this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
The thing is, if we do a quick introduction, maybe not like. It has to be quick because if you're only 20 minutes, it has to be.
Sure.
Quick. So how do you want to do it?
Like a little Tinder bio.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So.
Why you look into which one's your close up? We got too many cameras.
Too many cameras right here.
It's a studio.
I feel like Northwest right
Gabe,
now.
And I don't know what to say. I hate the sound of my own voice. That's why I'm just like.
I think everyone does.
I don't like talking.
Ladies first then. All right.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, my name is Sarah, and I have been a resident in LA for almost 10 years now. I grew up in the Bay. But I guess my aspirations with this podcast is just to, put myself out there. It's a new project, kind of get out of my comfort zone since I'm really slightly awkward.
Good job.
Yeah, go me!
Yeah, get out of your comfort zone.
Right?
I love it.
Yeah. Yes,
You?
Me? Name's Gabe. I guess, I hate the way it sounds, dude.
That's okay.
I don't know.
Hey, I just did it.
But that's the whole point, right? We're just putting ourselves out there. We're just
This is the first one.
We don't have to worry about what people think for now.
I know, right?
Fuck the haters.
I know.
I know, I want to speak for Gabe because he's such a cool person, but then I want you can do it, man. I want you to talk about yourself, man.
Talk about what?
Be confident, man. Be cocky. It's okay.
Come on. Maybe your future wife is out there.
Well, even that, yeah.
Right. No, I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Okay, if anything, let's use this platform to really just flaunt our feathers. No. Just be
peacock.
Come on.
Peacock. I just want to fly, guys.
I want to be a peacock.
He seems like a shy guy, but this guy is Should I just go on and just talk about Gabe?
I mean,
He's
a
the
jack of all trades.
Yes, he's literally Gabe of all trades.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
when I
much.
first met him. That was his DJ name. He's a DJ. He does videos. He knows everything about everything.
He's a computer wizard.
That title is not.
He's a
permanent.
computer wizard. He saves lives. He looks after people.
All right, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I think
This
we're
is
making
Gabe. Okay.
Gabe blush.
All right, go ahead and tell him what you want to say.
As
Flex on him.
Hadi brought out, like, my name is Gabe. I am a respiratory therapist. Not my first major. That is why I'm into a lot of things. I feel like my first major was like
See, I didn't know
computers.
this. All right.
You know, the computer information systems. That's
Yeah.
also around the time met Sarah over here.
Okay.
And then I was actually originally gonna be a nurse.
Wait, you were in a computer course?
So
No,
what
no,
happened was
we
we
met
met
at a
at a party.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
he was going to nursing school, and he actually inspired me to start nursing.
What?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that
See,
didn't
I
work
didn't
out
know
for
this.
him.
This is why this
but
is
it
why
worked great for me.
Nursing school didn't
Yeah.
really work out. I didn't want to be on the wait list. So I
Okay.
had a friend that was like, "Oh, why don't you go check out
Nursing.
RT school?"
RT school.
Yeah, this RT thing.
And
I didn't even
there's
know what that
nothing wrong with
was.
being
So
RT.
Yeah.
you
Let's
know,
go ahead and
so,
explain
you
it
know,
to the
I
people.
just did it. So basically, here in LA, the nursing field is so saturated that there's a wait list once you finish all your prereqs. You know,
Okay.
and it could be a year, it could be 2 years. Some people wait forever.
Exactly.
You know, and it being my second degree, I did not want to wait
Right.
another year
Yeah.
to like try to get into the nursing program. So I just hopped into the RT program, did what I needed to do. That's where I met Melissa, which in turn
She's
kind
gonna
of
be,
just
she's gonna
opened
be
up
part of the vlog.
meeting everyone here.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like.
Oh, okay.
that
So
was,
she
like-
was the one that introduced
That
you
would
to-
eventually lead to
Right.
all this stuff 7 years later.
Wow. I
8 to
didn't know that. Yeah.
So, but at the same time, while I was doing all those prereqs, I just, we took a lot of electives, did photography, was always
Right.
DJing. Like,
This is the master multitasker right
not
here.
really, I don't know.
I'm telling you the truth, man. He can do everything. It's insane.
He can cook, ladies.
Yes. He has videos. There's videos of him cooking. Okay.
He
what's
makes
the?
pizza.
Yeah, what was there was one word I was what was it? He was okay. He's probably the best at time management. If that makes any sense.
Yes, I don't know. If I can sleep all day, I'd be an Olympic class.
Right. Olympic
like,
sleeper.
Seriously, like.
But I'm just saying that because the things that you do and how organized you are with your videos and your music and what you do, and it's like, I think it's time management. I mean, he's a time management king. Okay.
It's just living life, man. I don't.
I
see-
think Gabe's just living his best life before that phrase
Yeah.
even came out.
I don't know. Anyway, what do we
But-
have to talk about today, guys?
What's an RT?
Respiratory therapist.
Okay.
So, mainly what? The thing that comes to mind is that there's 3 things that RTs do.
Mm.
1 is give breathing treatments.
Okay.
2 is do blood gases, and 3 is manage ventilators.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the general scope, but depending on where you are, you do different things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, intubating is like when you put the breathing tube in. Some places RTs do that. Some places RTs don't.
Okay.
Some places the nurses will do the blood gases. RTs don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everywhere the RTs get the breathing treatments.
Okay.
But basically, it's mainly like inhaled medications. Like if you have asthma,
Oh, okay.
we can teach you on like how to use the inhalers. We give you like nebulizer treatments.
Where does all this happen at a specific in the hospital?
It
Or-
can.
It can.
Okay.
But there's different RTs. Like there's different
because
nurses.
with you, there's a helicopter involved.
Yes,
What
he
is
rides
that
a
like?
helicopter.
What is-
I don't
what's-
ride the helicopter.
What's that about? Why is there a helicopter involved?
They do transport. We transport. We could pick
Okay.
up kids.
And is that part of being an RT, or is that just a separate thing?
Because sometimes you need somebody to manage the ventilator.
Okay.
Or
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
yeah,
think
yeah,
they're
yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
like do well.
Okay.
Every like code situation where you have to do CPR or something, like there's usually always an RT
Okay.
there.
So there's different specialists on the helicopter when you guys transfer. Okay.
Depending on the
different
patient
departments. I
and
got it.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
I got
Honestly,
it.
I don't ride a helicopter because even though I do transport, those
Yeah.
are for like the other guys.
Got
But
it. So
I'm
you're the
just
guy
a
that's like,
backup.
wait!
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wait a minute!
Good luck.
Yeah.
Don't
I
crash.
just, I'm the
Yeah.
poser.
You're the poser.
The poser. I have the uniform and everything, but
Nice.
I
On the
don't
helipad.
actually fly the
He
helicopter.
just stands there. It's cool.
So, but shout out to the other guys. It's like Van.
Shout out to all the RTs, man.
Andre,
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
and the girls. There's like,
A lot of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump straight into the first topic.
And the girls, like, no, I mean, I can't just say the guys. It's kind of like not fair.
Oh no, yeah, I know what
So,
you mean. I thought we were talking about something else.
There's the girls too.
Nice,
They're pretty
nice.
awesome.
Nice.
So
I'm just Hattie and I'm just here. That's all. That's all you need to know about that.
And he spits rhymes and beats.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm probably the only one here that has a separate vlog on the side. But yeah, I talk about that. I talk about the story all the
rappers
time.
of all time.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. Born in the Middle East, the United Arab Emirates. Lived there for 16 years. Moved to the Philippines. It was on a whim. I was with my best friends. I decided to stay there. I dropped out of school at that time because I wanted to come to the States and study acting here.
Nice.
When I was 16, but then the Philippines kind of just took things to a different place. It was a different road for me to take. I stayed there for 9 years, almost a decade. I was in northern Philippines first, in Baguio. On my first year there, living on my own, I started working in radio. I started a career for myself as an MC, like an events host. Yeah, a lot of weird experiences, ups and downs. Moved to Manila, the main city, the hub, and I was there for quite some time. Did a lot of performing. So basically, I want to get into the performing arts scene, and right now I'm doing music, which I found was an easier way for me to get into the industry.
Yeah.
But I'm not just using it just for the sole purpose that it's easier for me to get into the industry. But because I'm good at it also. I'm going to say that. But a lot of people just think, oh, you just jumped to doing music because, no, I can do it.
Man. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Your competition.
I got this one take contest video. If you go on my profile, you'll find the links there. Just go and support the kid. The bearded kid is my nickname on social media.
Suitable.
But yeah, so I came to the States in 2014. I've been in and out for the past 4 years, and I'm just hustling, struggling. I met these wonderful people. I met Gabe last year through another friend of ours. Shout outs to DJ Boogie Mine. I was gonna say Brian. DJ Brian, who was DJ Boogie Mine. Right. He was the one who introduced me to the crew.
They're living their best lives.
Yeah, and then me and Gabe just started hanging out, and we do projects. We shoot projects together. And I met Sarah just this month, and of course we hit it off because we're both weird.
Yeah, I'm totally cool, quirky, and weird.
I'm awkward, yeah. And so I'm just here, I don't know for how long, until something happens, and I'm just gonna be releasing stuff. So that's basically.
Ladies, green card.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no ring on this finger.
Word.
Yeah. Word. So you have the performer, the girl coming out of her shell, and the jack of all trades. There we go.
Daria.
Yeah.
Daria 2.0, that's Asian short.
Yeah, Asian Daria.
Good job on the bios, on the Tinder bio.
Right?
Yeah.
Tinder bio.
Yeah.
Speaking of that. Speaking of single.
Speaking of Tinder and being single.
So we've been talking about this for a while. Like, I don't know about you guys, but my freaking Tinder profile is not lit. It is a ghost town.
Just a ghost town.
Yeah. It's a ghost town. But
we're gonna
unlike these guys here.
What are you talking about? No.
This fool complains about like his first message. I'm lucky if I get a message.
That's Bumble. That's because on Bumble they have
to
send the first message.
Like, and then this one,
I mean, I'm a girl.
Her phone's going off right now.
Yeah, my phone's always going off, but it's like, it's hard because I feel like a lot of guys just want to hook up. Like, I don't want hookups. I don't want no fuckboys wanting my money and my time and shit. So it's just like, so exhausting. And you go on these dates and these guys are just so vanilla. Like,
what does that mean?
It just means like it's all small talk. Like, hi, how are you?
Whatever it
what
takes.
What are you doing today?
Right.
What are your hobbies?
Really?
Yeah, it's just very basic. I feel like I'm in an interview sometimes,
but like,
and I'm just.
Right before you go on the date, though, don't you guys have a conversation online first? You get an idea of the person.
There are times.
If someone asks me what are my hobbies, like
what?
Where do I begin?
I admit, like, I've listed some hobbies, but I mean, I kind of make myself an enigma wrapped in a mystery and all that shit.
No, but what I mean is the conversation before you guys meet.
Oh, so I mean, there is some of that, but it's mostly like, hey, you're so beautiful, or hi, baby, you look like an angel, and I have to like.
And then you just say yes, I'll meet you.
No, not all of them. Just like some. It's like there's some small talk.
So there was fault on your part too, then, right?
Free dinner.
He was cute. Yeah, thank you. Free dinner. I am not gonna lie.
Okay, so we're making this the first topic for sure. We're talking about Tinder and what?
Online dating.
Online dating apps and stuff like that.
It's like the Reddit. You ever see the Reddit rules for online dating?
The what?
I think it's like off the top of my head, it's like the Reddit rules for online dating.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's like 1, be pretty or be handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And number 2 is like refer to number 1, basically.
Yeah, that's basically
Well,
it.
I mean-
we can say as much as we can about, no, I'm trying to find the one.
Well,
At the
okay.
end of the day, everyone
Here's the
else.
thing. If I'm not looking for anything serious, which I was maybe a couple years back, yeah, it's just like, give it a try, how it goes, blah, blah, blah. There's going to be some small talk, but it's just like, gotta be some chemistry. Like, you know, if I want to jump your pants, give me something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But then right now I'm in a point where I am looking for something serious. I want more substance rather than, how was work today?
Yeah.
How's the weather? And it's just like,
I feel it's really hard.
Oh, you
though.
mean you want more substance?
Online.
Like, stop trying to ask me silly questions
Yeah,
in order for you to just to get me in
Like a
bed.
real-
yeah, exactly.
So you want someone to really mean when they ask you how's your day
Exactly,
today?
rather than just a bypass question just to move on to whatever motive they have.
Okay. How do you figure out what their motives are? This is interesting. We have a
Wow.
girl's
I think-
perspective now.
I know, right?
It's hard to
like
tell
mastered the
because
game.
I know.
you.
It's hard to tell because I feel bad for saying this, but sometimes it really depends how they look.
You judge,
They're
that's
really,
fine.
like-
Everybody judges people.
I know.
I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, I've never judged." people."
Yeah, man. So
But, like-
people are vain to a point.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It's,
but
After all,
I mean, it really depends how they talk to me. I would say if they're very eloquent with the words and they have good grammar, sure. Like I'm like, okay, you're interesting to me. You seem, educated, formal.
So good grammar is a
Yes, it's a plus. That's actually not just myself, but a lot of other my peers. Their pet peeves.
Okay.
Like if they go, "Are you, ready?" or "RDY" or whatever, it's just like, no, I'm not
It's a
dating.
turn off for
It's
you.
just like I don't want to date a high school dropout who doesn't know like.
Oh, it could just be shortening his text. Jeez, damn.
There's no limit in your text
Okay,
though.
but this is a personal preference of yours.
Yeah, I mean, I like
Okay.
good grammar. I like intelligence.
me, I feel it's hard to kind of like you need that like in-person element.
That too.
Online dating is it's very just superficial.
Okay, so let's talk about that. How straight up can you be, or can you expect someone to be, or would you want someone to be when you guys swipe on each other?
Straight up.
Like
At
how
least
straight up?
honestly, they
Yeah.
have to tell me their real height and that their pictures were recent.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's tough.
I've been catfished. I remember going on a date where this guy looked, he was fit, he was, he looked his age, but then when I met him, I actually didn't recognize him. I was
Because
at
it's a
the
totally different person.
Well, here's
or?
the thing. I was at the restaurant looking for this guy that I seen pictures of, and I feel a tap on my shoulder going, "Hi, Sarah," and I actually looked down, and that was my date.
Oh, so he was shorter than you.
Yeah, and not only that, he didn't look like his pictures, and I asked him about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I haven't been working out. Those pictures are from 10 years ago."
No. he didn't
And
say
then the
10
worst
years ago.
part that really bugged me was he did not have a chin. Like, that's how much he let himself go. And I'm like, you are unrecognizable to me.
Yeah.
I actually was willing to proceed with a date, and it went well until he goes, "So, can I kiss you?"
He asked you that?
Yes. He asked me, and I'm like, "No, I'll give you a hug, though, because I'm not going to be an asshole."
Yeah.
So I went to
No,
go hug
you said-
him, and he tries to
So
go
funny.
straight for my mouth. I turned my head like, "Oh my God, this is happening." Ah. Yeah, so that's one of the perils
Okay.
of my dating
So
experience.
be true to your bio.
And
basically.
at least be somewhat truthful, like maybe 95%. Like if you say you're into, fitness, but you're busy fitting pizza in your mouth, like that's, come on. Yeah,
I like pizza.
I love pizza. Pizza's life.
Yeah.
But, just be a little bit truthful.
Right.
Like, I don't want to see, like, a guy who says, "I'm into fitness," and I meet him, and he's just, like, just a slob. It's like,
Right.
that's not
Could be the tone on how you read it. Maybe also. Maybe he was being sarcastic or funny about it.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I know sarcasm.
And like
Right.
like we were saying before this podcast, actually, we had that epiphany moment earlier where it's like, yeah, see, Hadi's like kind of like selling me up, right? But it's all superficial. It's like,
Sadly.
that's actually all written on my profile, actually. But it's
Actually,
like
not
I'm
gonna lie,
average
this is
height.
Bumble profile.
Yes. Average height.
I'm not tall.
Not
I'm
tall. No blonde hair. No
blonde
blue
hair,
eyes.
and like yoked. Like
We'll take
Hello.
care of you. Am funny. Am very talented, and am more than able to provide.
yeah, but it's funny.
But
because
it's not
just like
gonna matter to you.
it's kind of like a Tootsie Roll Pop. You have to kind of be willing to get to the core of someone, and that's hard to
Yeah.
do online. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, I think,
You know,
in general,
That,
not
and,
just
and in person
dating
too.
apps.
It's like you can. In person, it's like you can feel someone out better to see if they're feeling you more or not too. It's like you know. But I feel like that's something today that, you know what I mean? It's saying if you can get past the first date and not be a creeper, that's kind of sad, I think, today. Because people just don't interact with each other as much anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, what happened to just being a normal person? Like, you're trying to figure out, like, how outlandish can you be to get someone's attention?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you were saying, like,
Yeah.
you can't even reply to someone who just says hi. I was like, wow, dude, if someone said hi to me, like,
Okay.
like, hey,
Well,
what's up? Like, you know,
I guess it's
we're just having a normal conversation. Like,
fair to say that we all have types.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we do.
We all have
That's
types
true.
and we all have our preferences.
Mm-hmm.
What I meant was when I told Gabe that I rarely reply to those who just say hi or hey, because I have such a crazy weird bio with lots to go off of.
Yeah.
I would much rather have a conversation with someone who would just say something from that or be funny or insult my bio or just like that's what I mean by being completely. That's the type of person that I am because I'm not. I don't know. It's weird. My personality. It's like I can't do the whole hi. I'm straight to the inside jokes even though we just met. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's if somebody is open minded enough and humorous enough to ride that wave with me, then I'll
I get it.
keep going.
I get it.
You know
But
what I mean?
I feel like I get it. But for me, it's like, I feel like you kind of like gotta peel the layers.
Yeah, that also.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like-
But I think there's also a fair share of experiences where just the mere fact that I've met people who are similar to me in that sense,
Yeah.
I'll ride with that. Like I'm okay with that, if knowing that there's probably maybe if there's 20 people in the world that fit that kind of category in that sense, then
You know, I know what you mean. It's like you're not gonna find someone. What does it say? You're not gonna find someone who likes Wu-Tang Clan and like
right.
I don't know,
And the
Taylor
Jonas
Swift
Brothers
or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's true. Those two are
Yo.
quite the opposites.
but there are people out there who do.
Exactly.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I think everyone has different approaches when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And I have to agree with your approach, Hadi, because I mean, a lot of girls too, not just myself, we write a bio for a reason. I've actually had girlfriends have me write their bios because they're like, I don't know how to explain myself.
Right.
So it's like, that is a key element to getting into the person you match with, I really believe. Like, I really like it when a guy's just being sarcastic as hell, like, oh, you like the macabre and Tim Burton, like you must be, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Something clever and witty. And I'm like, oh, he actually read it. He actually wants to get to know me.
Right.
And I think, I think that's a good segue into starting that relationship.
Yeah.
That's something that will immediately make me swipe left.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't put an effort into writing anything in your profile, it's like
Bot.
yeah, it's like the minimum effort.
It's for you.
At
Yeah,
least,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
It's like see ya, because it's either a bot or maybe like if they're not willing to like put effort into writing anything.
Right.
It's like what makes you think they would put effort into like.
Well, maybe that's their way of showing you that they're not
Serious.
into what you
And they just want-
and that makes it easier for the both of you,
True.
right?
True.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like.
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah.
it they're just that name where it's like I'm so pretty that
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll swipe right.
So are we all looking for serious relationships? Is that what it is?
I don't know, man. Like I kind of, for me, it's like getting older and everything. It's kind of like yes and no. Like you kind of just trying to find that relationship where it kind of like starts off like we're just having a good time, we're hanging out, and then kind of just grows into that. You know, because it like I don't know. It's hard to like not succumb to that peer pressure where it's like you need to be married now.
Because everybody around you has kids.
Yeah,
and
has kids.
Blah blah blah.
And are divorced, some of them, and are having more kids.
Yeah.
I don't think divorce is peer pressure.
Right? Like you know what I mean? It's like they've gone through that entire chapter already.
I know
Like,
what you
and
mean.
you're still here on like level 1.
Yeah. It's just like,
I think this is a conversation that's had every day. Like it's we shouldn't really. I mean, everybody goes to their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I was saying, it's like the peer pressure's there, but don't let it get you down.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's there. Definitely, it's there.
oh, yeah.
You can't say otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're trying. So is that catching up?
What do you
Is that
mean?
what you're saying? Like with all the things that are happening around you, are you feeling like, are you more stressed out because all these things are happening around you?
Sometimes,
Okay.
I'll be honest. Sometimes it's like like you said, I do all these things,
Yeah.
but I always feel like there's like this imaginary. I don't know what you call it. Let's say person or imaginary thing where it's like someone is looking at me and they're like, you act like you're not an adult anymore.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
I don't
like
think
you
that
should be
matter,
like
though.
doing all these other things.
Like a voice, like a saying you shouldn't be doing what you're doing right now.
Kind of.
Okay.
Like take for example, if you were looking at our Instagram feeds, like we're building these miniatures, right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't like, you know, if you haven't guessed, we're kind of above 30.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
The youngest one here.
Yeah. You know, but you know, so I'm building these miniatures and they're cool.
Okay.
Like you get it. It's like
Mhm.
you
Okay.
relax, it's cool, and like whatever. But there's like this voice in the back of my head, or where like there's this imaginary person where it's like, you're so fucking lame, dude. Like you're like almost, you know, close to 40, like doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's something I really like, but at the same time, it's like I always feel like there's like something in the back of my head where it's like, why aren't you like, I don't know, diversifying your investments, which I do have some.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like,
okay, but
like,
how does
I know
that...
for a fact, like me, like
Yeah.
I've like, I don't know what you call it. I have things planned out.
Okay.
But I feel like superficially, if you see that, it looks like someone who doesn't have their life in order.
Mm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
According to societies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And stuff, because he's here like hanging out in the hobby shop or he's in the comic store.
At least you're not a virgin.
That's true.
How does that connect though with the whole wanting to find someone? Does that mean that you want to do things differently?
I feel like it makes it hard because I'm not sure. It's where that insecurity comes, where it's like you don't know if they're gonna accept you for the things that you do. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be like tomorrow, like yo, like we DJ and like we do all this stuff, right? It could be like, you know, I get with somebody tomorrow and it's like, oh, you know, why are you still doing that? Like,
okay.
You know.
So, as I was saying,
the guy through text.
Yeah, like he broke up with me through text, and he even said that, oh, you know that us courting was not intentional. There's no like end game to it, which was very different from what he showed and what he actually said to me.
What did he say to you?
So, you know, like he said all these things to me, like, oh, you know, he wants, you know, we want to be together and all this stuff in a way where like we love spending time together. We spent like days and days together, and I just felt like, okay, we have a connection, we have a lot of things in common. Like he's done great things for me and vice versa, both emotionally and materialistically. But it was just kind of all of a sudden because he was just sending this novel of a text saying, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm having panic attacks. You know, this didn't really have an end game. You're such a beautiful person. I hope you find what you're looking for. Bye.
Right.
And he still has my stuff. He still has my stuff. He still has to owe me like $200. And as we try to coordinate it, and I've been pretty, you know, level-headed about it, he just stopped texting me, letting me know when he's available.
Okay, well, I don't know what he was going through. I don't know what was in his mind, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that that's never happened to me before.
Right, I'm sure.
No, what I mean is I've actually done that. Yeah.
Oh,
I will say that it's happened, and in my case, it was more of a realization somewhere down the line that I wasn't at the place I was in like weeks or months prior. We were having this conversation the other day. Also, you were just like, listen, you can be in this wonderful situation, this moment, and then like a week later, it could just be totally gone. The feeling could just not be there for you, which is my lesson learned from that was, well, live in the moment for sure. Yeah. Don't expect too much, and understand that things can change, right? Yeah. And also just don't be an ass about things.
Yeah, please don't.
You know, like I will admit that there's some situations where I've just been a total dick to people because I was being selfish about stuff. Yeah. And I worry too much about my own. There were times where I wasn't.
I think what it is too, like, it's kind of like when you're in that mode already. It's like that person is no longer a priority in your life, so you just kind of put them off.
That also.
And you know, like I
think we've actually all done.
He could have gotten scared as well.
Well, here's the thing: like he always like made it seem like he was upfront with me. He was like we were very open to discussion. Like we opened up together, blah blah blah. But it's just like, why the fuck would you text me?
Right. I'm not
That's the
defending
thing.
him. I'm not defending him at all.
But you know, there's
he should have seen you at least.
Yeah,
Had a conversation.
but here's the thing:
sure.
is what went down. Like he sent me that text, and he's like, "Well, I'll arrange to give you your stuff." And I said, "Okay." And we've been going back and forth a little bit about like, you know, when he can drop it off. And I would text him, "Hey, I'm available." So he's like, "Well, I'm working overtime. I'll let you know when my schedule's ready. It's not like I want to keep your stuff." Ha ha ha. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, you can just ship it to me. Like I'm giving him options. And then the last text I sent him was, "Hey, I'm available today to pick it up, so that way I can just get my stuff,
Right.
move on, and like, you know, just end it."
Right.
Yeah.
But no response. So it's just like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, just give me my stuff back.
Okay.
And
That's
but I do
stupid.
have to say though, with this experience, I'm not really bitter about it. It actually helped me grow even more and just realize like, you know, just focus on myself. And
Yeah.
I'm actually having a great time focusing on myself.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of unfortunate that, you know, we
invested.
well, that too. I felt like I invested. I lost my investment, and also I lost a friend. Because if things were handled differently, I would have really appreciated a friendship with him.
Right.
Because he was such a cool person to me.
Right.
But after this, it just showed like, yeah, you're a pussy little bitch. I don't need that in my life.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it gave me that strength to.
Do you think it's like one of those things where it's like if you can't handle doing that, like breaking up with somebody like that and like making a clean break, it's like I don't know. It's like is that you think it's something that's like well you
And
can
that
you
has
handle
been
a
a
relationship
challenge.
then like
That's what I mean.
you know what I mean? Because relationships to me, it's like you got to be there for like the ups and the downs.
Yeah.
Too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that's just part of the. To
So
me,
that-
that's just part of shows your
So
character.
yes, you
yourself.
have every right in the world to feel the way you feel.
Yeah.
But like, you know, coming from that side, from what Gabe said, at least now you know.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
weren't willing enough to do this face to face, then I'm glad we didn't push through
Exactly.
with this relationship because, god damn it, you're flaky.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I feel stronger from that, to be honest. I've actually had people recognize, like, wow, like, you're handling this really well. Like, to be honest, I would have cried, like, maybe a couple times. But after that, I'm just like, fuck it. I have a life to live.
Right.
I'm not going to let some stupid guy do that, or anyone. Not just a guy, but anyone treat me that
You
way.
got time to waste.
Exactly.
Basically.
So I live my best life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
need
like you
keep
also say
that.
too, it's like, or what I've been saying is like you know, everything is 2020. Like
Yeah.
you know, after the fact. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know.
After, yeah.
It's like one of these like girls I used to talk to. It's like it didn't end well, but I know that I should have handled it differently. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like after the fact. That's what I'm saying though. It's like you know, you talk about it with your friends, and like they always give you advice on what you should have done. But it's like if you're in the moment, it's kind of hard to be like to see everything clearly.
I think it's always a bad
You know?
idea to ask friends for advice too. I think it's something you need to figure out yourself rather than like, what do I do? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think asking somebody what you should do is ridiculous, but of course, I think looking at other people's perspectives, because
But
like
I also
you're in
think-
this one dimension, because you're in this relationship. Of course, you can't see it from as an outsider.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
sometimes
But I also
guess,
think you know making mistakes and learning to move on from them is kind of a part of life.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that's
100%.
part of like growing as a person too. Is kind of like recognizing where you've been gone wrong. You know, you're not gonna be freaking 100% all the time. Like, you know what I mean? And like, even though some people like to like hype you up and think you are like all the time, but you know, there are times you'd be wrong. It's like, all right, that's cool. Like I messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it go. Like okay.
Hit or miss. Hit or miss.
Pretty
Love
much.
is a
Pretty
game.
Yeah, it
Hit
is
or
a
miss.
fucking nasty game sometimes.
I don't know.
But I think too, like maybe this is a way for like you to appreciate yourself as, again, being hopeful to find the right person in your life for that
Why
time.
does it sound like it's painful for you to say that?
Because I'm kind of a cynic. This is like the one thing I'm slightly hopeful about. I'm actually a very cynical person.
It's weird. This may sound really sad, but I feel like I've mentally prepared myself to live life without a partner.
I'm like that too in a way.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, like if I remember someone asking me one time, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I said, single or not single.
Right.
And they're like,
True.
what? I'm like, well, if I'm single, this is what I want to do, exactly what I want to do. If I'm not single,
I
then
see what you mean.
I want a family, the whole whatever. But if I'm not single, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
You know, life is not set in stone.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's fluid. Like, you can have the best relationship today, and tomorrow you can be asked out on your own.
Yeah.
And no one even know it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you'd be like,
what
what the hell just happened? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like when people tell me that, it's like, you know, like, you're single, but that can change tomorrow.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
You know, it's like you can have a kid tomorrow. Like, it's like, you know, things can change overnight.
Well, I guess it's how much it's on your mind then.
Yeah, exactly.
I've learned a lesson that, I don't know, so it's, maybe I should, I'll tell you the story.
What's up?
The girl that I really was just convinced was going to be my life partner and best friend.
Yeah,
for like,
Your penguin.
my penguin. I don't know. I don't get into much detail, but it was short lived.
Yeah.
But it was the best time ever, because everything like fit perfectly. Everything from just knowing what each other would, you know, like how we would think about things or what we would say. Everything was
in sync.
It was completely and at the same time we were both unexpected in each other's lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person where I'm all out. If I'm in a relationship, if I'm with somebody, like I'm just
yeah, you're in it
everything.
to win it.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. She wasn't, but I accepted that. You know, I just loved everything about her. And long story short, you know, each month there would be little truths that you know, that would come out. Stuff that she would lie about or just fail to tell me about, and but I would put all that, you know, to the side because I was just so convinced that everything else was perfect. Like,
because you felt like everything was gonna work out.
Yeah, and we were both in the same boat in that sense. You know, like we could definitely fight through whatever it is, you know, whatever was the obstacles in our way. We could definitely fight through them. And anyway, so it was a long distance thing for a minute. We had a rendezvous in New York, a little romantic week. Like it was the best thing ever. My favorite city, my favorite person. You know, and anyways, and but here's the thing though, that I found out like a month into the relationship. She was in the middle of getting a divorce.
Oh.
I found that out a little later, and it's funny because her last name on my phone and all social media was the dude's last name. Now I shouldn't have it's not a, just personally for me, I felt weird.
Yeah.
Right. Even if you're getting a divorce, it's fine. It shouldn't matter. It's a name. It shouldn't matter.
Right.
Just to me personally, it was weird. Anyways,
so that's understandable.
Right.
And this guy was divorced too.
Right. So in my mind, you know, they're going through a divorce. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm sure it's going to take some time. She doesn't go into much detail about it. And I'm just all about us. And we're talking about this and that.
In the moment and everything.
And then I leave the States because I have to leave. I go back to Dubai. And we do the long distance thing again. And it's the most, and I'm okay with long distance. If you guys put in the right, you know, kind of effort, it'll work.
There's
it'll work. You just have to do it.
FaceTime.
But I guess it was getting more and more stressful on her end because of how I was just I wasn't meant to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was very accidental the way we got into each other's lives, and I guess she had too much on her plate, where it overbearing. It just became too stressful for her. And here's how I know that I really, really loved this girl. I understood that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would say things. If people would ask me about the situation and not go into detail, I would say, well, she has a lot on her plate. She has to figure this out on her own. Like, if you knew me before, the old had to be like, man, this is so fucked up. I can't believe she can't just go with me because I'm now, she's hurting me. No, I completely understood the fact that she was going through so much pain and so much stress, and at a young age, she was going through all the problems that somebody usually in their like mid, 40s go through. You know what I'm saying? The job, divorce, she works for the government, she has so these were all the things that she was going through.
But don't you feel like you're making excuses for her?
I at one point, yes, because it was really it was really unfair what she did to me.
Yeah.
But that's how much. That's why. That's how much I love her.
Kind of go
you know
there
what I'm saying?
though too. It's like, when someone really wants something and they make you or anything part of their life, they'll make time for it.
Sure.
Exactly.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's and that and in that with that said, I mean, in that sense, I felt the time that she made for me, even though it was little compared to everything that was going on in her life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this window that she would escape to just to come, with me,
Yeah.
was getting smaller by the month.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so this is how it happened. This was after New Year's. I remember I made a video for her. We made videos for each other. We would write. She wrote me books, and like she would, and like she would give me her favorite books and write notes in each page and tell me to, that's how much we were so into each other.
Yeah.
So holidays came, and of course she was hanging out with her family, and that's more stress. And I knew that she was gonna go through a lot, and she was living with the guy.
Yeah.
Right? So, of course, listen, if you marry someone, right, that's a huge part of you that you've given to somebody. Of course, there's something there that can be rekindled. I believe. There's always going to be something, if it's your first love or someone that you've just given a lot to, right?
Yeah.
Even though there's another part of her that totally loves me. That's a different side.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm, in my mind, she, like, not that she loves attention, but she's like me, a person that needs to be loved also. She needs,
she was seeking something that her husband couldn't give her, probably.
That also.
Yeah.
But not with me. I feel like with me it was just, because it was just so out of the blue, like, because we just clicked on, like, on every level.
Yeah.
And so here's how it happened. After the holidays, messages were getting more and more, they were getting darker, and she was just like, I really can't do this, I can't give, and she would always say, I can't be the person you need me to be, and I really want to be that person. And my argument would be like, well, if you want to be that person, you could just be that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's easier said than done,
Exactly,
of course.
yeah.
And I would tell her that. I would
You
say,
work at it.
I'm willing to just do my thing, and if you're ready, I'm not gonna, the way I feel about us and you will never change.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sitting here today. This is a year and a half already. It has passed. I still feel the same way. If she walks in through that door and says I'm sort of like okay with my life, I'm gonna pick her up and go like, let's start something, let's do something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But so what happened was, it was just getting harder and harder, and I felt her just slipping away. I felt it.
Yeah.
And then, but also because this is how connected we were. It's not just I feel her slipping away. I felt like there was something going on that she just couldn't tell me. And this is what I hate the most about her, is that she didn't trust me enough to tell me about everything that was happening.
Yeah.
Like, I would have just completely disregarded the fact that I was your boyfriend or someone that you were in a relationship with, and be your friend at that moment.
Yeah.
That's how much I wanted to do for her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then so I felt there was something, but she never told me anything. I never asked. And then she ended it. She was like, I can't do this. This is unfair. We have to stop. Yeah. And she totally ended. She knew that the only way to end it with me was to be completely cold, because I would just always say something.
Yeah.
So it's
like,
done.
Well,
so she cuts it.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's my whole, for the past year. So she cuts it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a different kind of heartbreak. I've gone through heartbreaks before.
Yeah.
A lot of heartbreaks.
Yeah.
But this one is different, because for me, I'm at a mature age. The goals that I set for us were so different. I've never had that before in my life. And so in a way I was kind of like relieved that I met this person.
Yeah.
Sad, of course, that she's not with me. But yeah, so I had to live with that.
Yeah.
And as an artist, it pushes me, of course, I'm inspired. So I come back to the States, and I go through whatever I go through. And that's when I meet you guys and everything, and all these things happen. And then here's the thing, right? When I'm in the Philippines, I was in the Philippines for the past 7 months.
Yeah.
A few months ago, I'm in the Philippines, and everybody does this thing where you go through your old conversations, or you look at pictures and videos. I go through them not because like I miss her. Like, I go through them because our conversations were so funny, and they were so they had so much meaning, and it was it's the sometimes
everyone has some of those.
It's sad because like I have to go back to that to have like actual meaningful conversations. But then I go through them. So her status on WhatsApp comes on, because it was off for the longest time.
Uh-huh.
So whatever, I'm reading through and I see that it's on, and so I'm not gonna. I wasn't thinking of messaging her. No, I'm just like, oh, she's back online, because she was off the grid for about a year.
Yeah.
And me being me, right? I hate saying this. I sound like a complete douchebag, but I'm almost always right about things that I have a feeling about.
Well, that's
Almost
that's
always
your
right.
intuition.
I think most people have you have a hunch about something. It's usually you gotta trust your
Yes,
instincts
and I always challenge life to prove me wrong every day. I hate being right about things because sometimes the things that I'm right about are just completely heartbreaking.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Usually
So she comes back online and I'm like, wow, of course, you know, my heart starts racing, like even though I'm not gonna message her.
Yeah.
But I click on her icon, you know, and there's a picture. Her picture has changed. It's not just her.
Oh no.
There are other people in the picture.
Okay.
There's two more people. Mm-hmm. One is the ex-husband. The other one's a baby.
Oi.
So, and well, first, of course, my initial thought was like, holy shit, is that my baby? But then I do the math, and then
Like,
no, it's not.
Yeah.
And the baby's half black. Because the husband's half black. So,
So
I think
quarter.
I don't want to say
Quarter.
yeah. And so, you know, of course. And then, so I see it and I do all the math. I'm like, okay, so this must have happened in the holidays. You know, something must have been rekindled and they must have said something and something happened. And then and then she had this burden. And so that's what kind of, I really think this is what happened. She's like, well, I definitely cannot message Hattie now because of this. So she ended it like that.
Yeah.
In my mind, though, if you just told me that, I would have gone through with you.
Exactly.
Even if I was 1,000 miles away, I would have held your hand through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still, like, if anything,
Still,
I wanted to
you
be in my
don't
life as
think,
a
it's
friend.
like she would be thinking more like she's trying to, like, I don't know, save her family too.
Yeah.
It
That
could be
too.
that. Yeah.
You know, from her
Because
end
that's
and
how
stuff,
she
so,
is.
like,
Also, she looks at that's why I loved her so much. Well, she'll look at a situation and assess it, and then she'll do what's best. That's what she does, which is why you know, I was like, and I understood that. Yeah, of course she's gonna go and choose her and to look after her kid and find something again with her husband so they can have a good family. And she's not gonna lie, and she's not gonna do that for, especially for she's a loving person. She's not gonna do that for a child. But it was just one of those things. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know, from my experience too, though, just from seeing other relationships not work out, just being together because you have a kid is like the worst.
That's also true.
That's why I'm sure that she's trying to find a way to be. Yeah. She's not that person. I know that she's not. She's not gonna just be there because of the kid. You know.
Right.
But
there are some people there.
That's the sad. That's the sad part.
But that to me that's life too. It's like there's so many different outcomes that you know.
But that arrow to the heart was, and that's what made me. That's what put me in this mindset where it's like I'm okay to sort of go on until like I'm 100 years old without a partner. One, because there's that experience, and I said this in one of the songs actually. Like I really, really feel, and I'm not looking for any kind of like sympathy or anything, but I really don't feel I'm built to be kept. Like my personality.
No, I have to agree with
You know
that
what I mean?
with myself too.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Because I feel like for me, it's like my concern is who am I going to meet that can deal with me? I'm not a difficult person, but it's just the thing is like I know I'm a strong personality.
Yeah.
Shut up.
What do you think?
But like,
yes, she is.
well, I mean, I know I've been told I'm a very strong individual, and a lot of the guys I've been with, I've always felt like I don't think you're strong enough for me. And I've endured a lot of things in my life not many people can really handle.
Sure.
And so it's kind of like, well, how can I find that partner who's on my level?
Sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the guy that I was with. Like to elaborate a little bit more, to add on a couple things. I was actually thought I was falling in love with him because of the connection we had, and also like we both had similar upbringings. We both were on that same level. Like we knew we're in sync as well, and we're just like, this is great, and we both could be silly together. We both could be very open and honest together, because that's something I struggle with. I hate to open up because I've always felt like if I open up to you, that's a way for you to hurt me back, like any way or another. With him, I do appreciate him not using the openness I had to hurt me, but what he did, to send me a text message, I thought was really shitty, because I thought that's really out of his character. And I remember when I first got that text, I was like in shock. I didn't cry or nothing. I just kind of was like, what's going on? Let's assess this. In a way, I was in logical mode. But now, like, hearing your story too, where you came from, this is kind of like, I can relate. And also, like, I'm not mad at him. I hope he does find what he is looking for. Because, yeah, you're right. He's probably something went down in his life. it took me a while to process that, but I felt like he's unhappy. There's something he's looking for.
Yeah.
And what sucks now is because of what we had, I'm looking for something similar.
Similar.
It's like
Yeah,
chasing
yeah,
a fucking dragon, and it's just
Yeah.
like there's
But
no
you
one
know what?
there.
I tell people this,
like
like I built every version of her in my head that's minus all the things that all the flaws.
Yeah.
I still want that. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird, But I'm not gonna say, I'm still open to possibly just walking out the door today and just meeting somebody who's just perfect for me in every way.
I'm
but
I'm
it's
just like,
less, you know what I mean?
Meanwhile,
I'm okay with it.
I
yeah.
am single. And stuff. No, but I think, I don't know if girls though. I think a lot of guys too. I think I'd be guilty of this too. It's like sometimes when you start talking to somebody and everything, it's like you build this make believe relationship in your head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
me.
and it's kind of like you gotta like cut it off and see. Just sometimes you just gotta see things for what it really is.
I wouldn't say like I had that make believe thing, but I think for me I was hopeful. That this is gonna go well. Maybe like we can go into a relationship. And this is another thing I didn't mention was we were dating for 8 months, but he refused to call me his girlfriend. He just said, "You're the person I'm dating," and I should have seen that as a red flag.
Red flags.
Yeah. But I thought, a hopeful me. Well, one day, because it's been this long.
It's a human trait that I
Yeah,
hate.
it's kind of. I think it's hard. Something I think you kind of have to learn is you have to kind of know how to thread that needle between not wasting your time with people and
Right.
trying.
So you just got to be an
Yeah.
android.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You used to be an android, but at the same time, we've been talking about basketball a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about his documentary where he brings up a point where there's a point in your craft where you have to make a decision, like where you're going to dedicate yourself to this.
Yeah.
I think it's the same with relationships too. When you meet somebody, there's a point, like you're saying, like you hope somebody likes all your hobbies and everything, but there's a point in
Or the
time,
fact that you like the hobbies.
yeah, where you will have to like choose this person over
Someone
Everything.
else.
someone else
or your
and
hobby,
everything
or your
else at
craft.
some point. I'm not saying like you're gonna have to like give it up and like whatever, but this person is gonna become a priority.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you have to time manage all of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is
Easy
fun.
for Gabe.
I know, totally.
Really, yeah. It's a little hard too when they want all your.
So is that what you're looking for? You're looking for that one person that's gonna make you wanna possibly be okay with leaving everything that you like doing? Is that what I feel like that's what I'm hearing.
Or is that worth
that
it
could
to
be.
you?
But like, who doesn't force you? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I know what you
What
mean.
I'm saying, yeah. I think you get it. But
Yeah.
It's more like
Sure, I know what you mean.
it doesn't force it. What do you mean, like?
I don't know, there's some girls who's like, it's either me or your hobbies.
Yeah, no. It doesn't
No.
force it. To me, it's gonna come.
Yeah, naturally. I know what you
Naturally.
mean.
Okay.
So that one person is gonna make you be like, you know what? I don't need to paint my miniatures
Yeah.
today. I want to spend some time.
Yeah, it's
with
like something
this
I used to say before. It's like you gotta. You have to invest somebody who's worth it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Got it.
And then plus if she goes like, hey, if you want to go paint your miniatures, you can go do that.
That's a trick question. We all know that.
It's a trick
We all know
question.
that. We all know those. We all know those
It's
memes.
all in the tone. If
Those
you
are-
hear the
those
tone of
are-
like, you can go paint your miniatures, then that's a definite no.
Like yeah, you can go hang out.
Or if it's
you
really
go
hype,
go out
yeah,
to the
you
club.
go hang out
like,
with
yeah.
your friends. Yeah, you can go to the party if you want.
Right?
Yeah, you can go dance with other girls.
Yeah. Right.
Really?
It's a trap.
It is a trap. It's a total trap. So, speaking of it's a trap, let's change it up. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
what do you guys think of Solo?
Solo?
Yeah.
We're doing
We'll start with
movie
Solo. We could
review?
do a movie since we've been watching movies like every week,
Yeah.
except for this week.
Except for
We
this
might
week.
watch-
Yeah.
We might something. Maybe Ocean's 8 next week. But
Maybe.
what did you guys think?
Oh god, Ocean's 8.
Okay. I mean, it was a good
Okay,
backstory.
I guess me and Sarah will go watch Ocean's 8.
No, I will watch it.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
giving Sandra
A chance.
some leeway,
We'll
yeah.
see.
I thought it was a good backstory for Han Solo, like his come up and how he joined the rebellion per se, and also how he met Chewie. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Best part, yeah, I
But
loved it.
Yeah.
Rogue
Well,
One was
that's
better.
okay.
That's my
I
opinion.
thought Rogue One was better, but
But I mean, what are we are we comparing it? Are we saying how is it connected to the Star Wars to
Well,
the
it's
films?
more like the action. It's like the backstories.
because
you
they're two
get a
separate stories, right?
Yeah, they're both backstories. But I
Yeah.
just felt like with Han Solo, they could have done a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Like I think Rogue One, they went all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
Which is why I think it's good that they call it Solo.
Yeah.
Because it's all about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went out.
Yeah, but it's fine.
That's cool.
I liked Solo.
It's still got you.
I like the buddy. You want to be? How do you zoom out so you can get everybody?
You can. It's fine.
That's it.
Yeah,
It's all you.
it's all you.
Okay.
Anyway, as you're saying.
Nah.
Yeah, I liked it because this is a good buddy movie. I keep saying this all the time.
That's
Beginning
true.
was tough.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was tough.
It was too slow.
I could see how they didn't have enough budget. They had to speed up a lot of the story.
Yeah.
To get to where they needed to get to. But when they got to where they needed to get to, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And I thought what's her name?
Amelia Clark.
Amelia Clark was wonderful.
She was a badass.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Childish is my boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna be biased.
I know. Oh yeah, he was pretty dreamy.
I will say though, he had a few cringy moments, but he's still my boy. I can't say.
I loved all the capes and he worked it all.
And what's his name? Solo. What's the actor's name? I feel bad for not knowing this.
This is really sad. Should I look it up really
Yeah,
quick?
it's kind of
you
sad.
guys?
I don't.
He
even
was
know.
good. I liked
But
him.
I get it. Some people didn't. I feel
A lot of
I
people
feel
didn't
like I
like
understand why they didn't like it. Like I guess some people also feel like it's not really their Star Wars anymore.
Yeah.
Which to me, it's true, man. Star Wars is a 40-year-old
Right.
movie, and to me, I think it's great that they're bringing this world into a new generation, and new people.
Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich. Okay.
Yeah.
Or
Good job, Alden.
Ehrenreich, I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's a great movie, but so I get it. I get why some people hated it.
Yeah.
Why people hated The Last Jedi. It's yeah, it's cool. I get it.
Mm.
But at the same time, it's like I'm just happy to see new movies.
Yes,
That's true.
exactly.
Like
there is a
And continuing,
continuation.
yeah. A
continuation.
continuation.
It's like like there was a point where there was a point in my life where I could literally quote A New Hope word for word.
I think
You
I've
just kept
witnessed
watching
that.
it.
Like, you know what I'm saying?